All right. Okay, Scorpio. Remember, this is for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. So if these messages do not resonate with you, if you're Scorpio sun, watch your moon and or rising sign. I always say to do that anyway. You know, I'm looking at these two cards together, and one sign last month had this exact same layout. They're very simple drawings, artwork. It feels like there's a lot of extended space we have here to play with. One is the Four of Pentacles and one is the Hanged Man. So there's something going on around your money or your work, your career, I feel like, Scorpio. What is it that you're holding on to, or that you're trying to hold on to, that you don't want to get out of your hands, or out of hand? Let's just say that, out of hand. You know, this card can also indicate more opportunities as well. So it might be that you're just kind of holding on tight for all that's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? It might just be a lot of different things. It could be the job you're working at. It could be the projects at your job. It could be your household. It could be your health. Pentacles represent both our physical as well as our work and money, our money, more or less. Then we have the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is saying, whew, need some time out there, need to take a break, and look at things at a total different angle, 180-degree difference, and see what all comes about. So it might be, Scorpio, that you're taking these last 2 weeks of February, and I'm looking at the two cards together, looking to see how you can delegate possibly some responsibility or chores you have, or, you know, you need to get a cleaning service. I'm just saying you have a lot of different responsibilities going on, and or you're looking at your money and you just need to take a look at, in your work, how can I do all of this differently and feel like I'm in control. I feel like there's a sense of wanting to be in control these last 2 weeks of February. And there could be matters outside of your control that you just don't have anything to, you can't really have input with it because it's out of your control. It could be a family dynamics. It could be the job that you work at, that your superiors are making decisions that you can't do anything about. That could be coming up as well. Wow, you have a lot of really singular people here. Now, none of them indicate any of these signs, except for Justice is Libra. And it's a card of fair balance, needing for fairness, needing for balance. See how he's holding the balance sign? And then here's the sword, and that's air sign. So there is some justice here. I'll move this card up. But you've also been looking at, you know, this card has come up a couple times. And so this may be a little bit of a scenario going on with a couple of the signs or several, is that you're looking at what has gone on in the past when you have these two beautiful cups behind you that are indicating that you really do have a lot of blessings. This card, I call it the stinking thinking card, because he's looking at the spilled cups and not the ones that are high up, or that are standing up rather. So if you've been thinking about what used to be a relationship, what used to be your work and now it's changed, what used to be your where you live and now that's different. If you've been thinking about any of those things, you know, it's time to let it go. It's also the Who Done Me Wrong song. Sorry, and like I said, that's about relationships, but anything that used to make your heart happy and now you don't have that around you, or that's making you feel a little bit unhinged, and you're really focusing on that, take a look at what you do have. You're going to, this is all going to balance out somehow. Let's take a look at this card that, well, again, here you have another singular person. Well, this is the Knight of Cups, and this would be a Sagittarius, or excuse me, no, that's a fire sign. This would be a you, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, but I'm feeling like it's you. Knight of Cups, and how you will, a water sign. The Knight is someone who wants to explore, someone who's looking to make a change, someone who's looking to make things different, same thing. I feel like you're going to get to this point if you take this time out, this almost restitution of what you're needing. We have 2 cup cards, Pentacle, and 2 major arcanas. So I feel like you all want to move forward, but there's some, let's just say it. For some of you Scorpios, this will not be for all of you. This will just be for a few, but for some of you, there's going to feel like there's some glitches in this mid-month to mid-month. Now, the nice thing is that the Justice card prevails. This is the last card. And this indicates, it can indicate a Libra or a person that's very fair. It can indicate justice, a judge, court. So if any of you all are having court proceedings, or there's any law enforcement or legal or any of that's going on in your life, that could be something else that it's talking about. Okay. All right. What I was saying earlier about the artwork, it has all this space behind it with the exception of the Justice, but even this card, the same. So let me look into my crystal and see what I have for Scorpio mid-February through mid-March. Let's see, Scorpio, what is there? What is going on for you guys? I just keep hearing the need for balance. I don't know what's going on in your different lives. You know, for some of you, I do feel like that you've been thinking, now this is completely different, but you've been thinking rather, excuse me, of some sort of interior design and or spring cleaning, which we're not in spring, but and or thinking of blinds for your windows, window treatments, those sort of things. That's coming up in the crystal. So this will be for some of you. And some of you a need for privacy as well. You know, it might be that that's also an archetype for, I just want to stay in my house. I just want to close the blinds and just take some time out, like I was saying earlier. So that could be either be one or the other, that you're wanting to redecorate or you're wanting to escape from the world, which we do sometimes, don't we? Let's see what else comes up for Scorpio. I'm looking for a totem animal. I've been getting some, that's interesting. Okay, I think this is a penguin. It looks sort of like a dolphin, so I'm going to say both, a dolphin and or a penguin. Dolphin, to me, represents just the feeling of love, unconditional love, and penguins are just adorable. So you might want to Google either one of those mammals, if you will. They're both pretty similar, and see, well, actually a penguin might be considered a bird. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying Google both of them and see what comes up for you, because it started with dolphin, then turned into a penguin. So just saying. Okay, colors for you guys for chakras. Some warm colors, which would be about the second and third chakra. I'm really getting third, more yellow. So that indicates the third, which is keeping your strength, holding your power, keeping your power, knowing that everything is going to be okay. I'm not meaning for this to be a negative reading, and I hope it doesn't sound that way. I think this could either be holding on tight to your money, or there's actually more opportunities. But with this Hanged Man beside it, I think you have some decisions to make around business and or anything that could involve that. Okay? And don't focus on the negative, because there is justice in this Knight of Cups. It's like, I prevail. I will prevail. Okay, I'm going to add up the cards. We have 4, and we have 12 is 16, 17, and 5 is what? 22. 22 and 11 is 33. And 33 is a master number. I love the number 33. It represents, it represents unconditional love. If you're a 33 life path, which of course you add those two together is 6. But 33 is like unconditional love. They're people that when you go over to their house, they're saying, come on in, welcome, sit down, let's have something to eat or something to drink, and just cheerful, happy people. Yeah, so I'm going to go there and just stay with that. The 6 in the major arcana is the same as the Lover's card. That's interesting that would come up in this particular reading. Your reading, actually, Scorpio, has gone a couple different ways. It's a little bit of a potpourri, but it might make sense to a lot of you. This card represents partnership. It can represent, of course, love, marriage, soulmates, deep lasting friendships. So while usually we think of the Lover's card or two people who are in a committed marriage relationship, it can mean partnerships, friendships, soulmates, which can be friends as well, and or partners. It might be that you're really turning to your partner if they're in a marriage with, if you're in a marriage, and or a friend. It might be that that their take on things is very welcome to what you're needing right now. In other words, that you're really looking at what they have to offer as far as suggestions, inputs, ideas. Okay, Scorpio, I hope this reading made sense to you. I hope that you got something out of it and can see that there is justice that prevails, as well as that you're exploring kind of feeling would be a nice avenue to use this mid-month to mid-month. Exploration of new ideas, feelings, solutions, etc.